Wonderful afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. How are you today? Thank you for being here in St. Paul, Minnesota on this festive Republican National Convention. Theodore Roosevelt at your service, celebrating my 150th birthday as the state of Minnesota does as well. Sir, an honor to see a Korean War veteran.
Are you for that liar?
Well, I am for Senator
Theodore
Roosevelt at your service.
Abe Lincoln, get a picture with me and Abe Lincoln.
How are you, sir?
How are you doing?
Delightful. Thank you. Sir, how are you? Wonderful to see you.
You realize Teddy Roosevelt would never be
Oh, a discussion for another day, perhaps, but actually I do think there's much to be said that Theodore Roosevelt would indeed be supporting John McCain for president, because in his entire 60-year life, the only time he did not support the Republican candidate for president was when he indeed was a candidate himself.
Yeah, but what about the Republican Party of today would be unrecognizable to Teddy Roosevelt?
Do you really believe so?
Do you really?
Isn't Senator McCain actually someone who, like me, fought the malefactors of great wealth? Who brought us the McCain fund?
McCain has 7 houses. His wife has hundreds of millions of dollars.
This is a crime in America. I had several businesses.
Well, it's not a crime.
I was a wealthy and a property.
It's not a crime.
You just alluded to fighting the benefactors of great wealth. However,
do you gentlemen always speak all at the same time?
Technically, yeah.
Do you always speak such nonsense?
Whoa,
you always speak such nonsense.
No, actually, what I did do is identify that in every movement there is its lunatic fringe. And often that is a cacophony of voices that don't have the respect to speak one man at a time.
I have no respect for tyrants. Gunboat diplomacy, that is your legacy.
Right, so now we get to the truth of it. You actually don't believe that Theodore Roosevelt was a good president because he was an imperialist.
True.
Well, very good.
Did you not
disagree on that point of fact?
We disagree on it, yes. Well, if we disagree and I point a gun in your face, that's not a disagreement. That's called, well, you can call it any number of things, but
Sir,
that's called
it was on this day in 1901 when I first spoke publicly and said America should speak softly and carry a big stick. Indeed, that big stick was a navy with guns. Yes, sir. And it was the best thing done to keep the peace.
East Timor or Nicaragua or Panama.
Those are problems indeed, sir. Most especially problems for the republics.
Problems indeed. So then you're not going to denounce your own gunboat diplomacy doctrine by saying that's a problem?
No, sir. I have no regrets about empowering the United States Navy to do that which is affected to do. Unlike so many of the Democratic presidents that have allowed our military to fade.
Yeah, those pussy Democrats like John F. Kennedy with the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Sir, in the public square, do you often
II.
use such vulgar language?
In the common square, do I use such vulgar language?
I do believe so. I think it's on film, sir.
Wait, film doesn't exist in your time, I thought.
I'm here today, sir. I'm celebrating my 150th birthday.
Military aggression is a vulgarity. That's what's vulgar.
Military aggression is vulgar?
Yeah, aggression.
Do you think Hitler thought it vulgar when we repulsed him from France?
Of course, Hitler.
Do you think so, sir? Do you think those 400,000 American lives...
Let's ask your nephew. Let's ask your nephew.
Who is to say what is the vulgar violence? Hitler's violence is more vulgar than our violence is, or ours more than his?
My son Quentin gave his life to defeat the German Kaiser. My son Ted gave his life to defeat Hitler. And that is a legacy of which I'm quite proud. A militarist
and you gave your life
to
defeat the middle class and the lower class.
This is not true. I did more to promote the square deal and to give the working man a seat at the table and to advance progressive policies than perhaps any other president in history.
Well, you want to hide behind breaking up the monopoly?
Sir, that was certainly not the only thing I did in 8 years in the White House. I advanced a tremendous progressive cause.
Did you only stay for one term, and then you ran under the Bull Moose Party, and you lost?
If you'll recall, I finished President McKinley's term after he was assassinated by an anarchist in 1901. When I would debate the future of the party, I decided that Taft, in alliance with people like Morgan and Rockefeller, needed to be the good guys, for the nomination in 1920.
Very well.
And indeed, I defeated Taft in his home state of Ohio. I won 11 of 13 primaries, and the nomination was stolen. I became very upset.
Oh, Teddy Roosevelt?
Yeah, I got that all.
Oh, you saw us there? Really?
Give me an after. Give me a summary. Tell me how it was. What do you think about this thing?
Teddy Roosevelt was a very interesting man. I think he may be schizophrenic. It's possible. I think they have some nice medical facilities up here in Minnesota. It's a good case for universal health care.
guys here to see Ron Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
we are.
Talk to me about why you decided
Ron Paul wants to support freedom, and he wants to go back to what the founders intended for this country, which is reading the Constitution and abiding by it.
He'll say things that other politicians won't. I've never heard Barack Obama or John McCain talk about RFID chips or the Federal Reserve or the gold standard. These are our political issues. These are what matter to the American people, whether they know it or not.
So what do you think about the fact that Ron Paul apparently has more support than it looks like to me? I don't know, but it's not getting any play in the media.
Well, that's the way the media works. They only want to show the popular candidates on both sides. So people like Ron Paul and Congressman Kucinich aren't going to get as much media attention because they're out of the norm and they don't represent the mainstream views of what the higher-ups in the media want to present to the American people.
Well, and the people who own these media organizations, Ted Turner, ABC, Rupert Murdoch, these people don't want issues like the gold standard. They don't want that talked about. They don't want an informed public, because if you have an informed public, they're going to demand things of their leaders and of their business representatives. That's bad for business.